In this video, we're going to look at how we can view passwords to networks that we've connected to on the iPad, including our current network. We're going to see how we can copy those passwords and possibly send it off to someone if you need to. And we're going to look at how we can remove networks that we've connected to in the past. Maybe you've gone to a hotel. You've connected up to their network. What you'd like to do is remove that network from your iPad. Well, you can now do that. This was all introduced with iPadOS 16. Let's take a look at networks and passwords on the iPad. Now, in order to view passwords to networks that you've connected to currently or in the past, what you need to do is go over to your Settings app. This is also where we can remove old networks. I tap on it, and now what we need to do is go over to Wi-Fi. From here, you're going to see your current network. Let's first take a look at how you can view the password for the current network and copy that and possibly send it off to someone if you need to. You could email it or even send it in a message. What you do is you copy it to the iPad's clipboard. To do that, what you do is you go over to the right of the network that you're currently connected to. I go over to the right here and you're going to see we have the I. When I tap on the I, we have password. Now, by default, this is going to be hidden. To show that network, all you have to do is just tap on it. Now, when you tap on it, the iPad will have to confirm that it is you. So if you have an iPad with Face ID, it's going to have to recognize your face. If you have an iPad with a home button, you're going to have to use your fingerprint to unlock this. This is so anyone that has your iPad is not going to be able to look up the password unless they are the administrator of that iPad. So this is a good security precaution. So what I'm going to do is tap on this, and then you're going to see the Face ID come up, and it's going to have to recognize my face. So let's go ahead and tap on it. It recognized me. And now from here, I can view that password. And what I'm able to do is go over to copy, and I can copy this and paste it into a message or an email. So that's basically all we have to do to view the password to our current network and copy it and send it off to someone. Now, what about past networks? Well, we can do the same thing with past networks, networks that we've connected to in the past. I'm going to go to Wi-Fi here in the upper left-hand corner. Now what I'm going to do is go over to Edit in the upper right-hand corner. When I tap on Edit, what you're going to see is a list of all known networks. So these are all the networks that I've connected to in the past. Now this is a pretty short list, but if this was my personal iPad, this list would be pretty long. It would include networks to hotels that I've used. It would include networks to coffee shops that I've been to. If I wanted to look up the password for any one of those networks, all I have to do is just go over to the right, just like we did for our known network. I tap on it, and then you're going to see password. All I would have to do is just tap on this, and I would show that password, or the iPad would show that password, and then I'd be able to copy it. So it works basically the same way as with our known network. Now, in addition to that, what we can also do is remove these older networks. Let's say I no longer am going to use the HCS password or network. I do not want this on my iPad. All I have to do is just tap on the red circle here and it'll remove that network from the iPad. Now, if you do that and you go back to that network, go back to that location with that network, you are going to have to type in the password again. So you're going to need to know what that password is. You're basically removing any passwords for that network from your iPad. So it is not going to know what that password is. So if you do delete a network, make sure that you're not going to be needing it again. Otherwise, you're going to need that password again. So that is how we can copy our passwords from our known networks as well as past networks and even remove networks that we've connected to in the past on the iPad. Again, this was introduced with iPadOS 16.